Hey guys, it's Bergman. Today is Sunday, March 21st, 2021. I got a couple extra minutes today, so I thought I would make a video of a shop tour and my office and everything. So let's get to it.
Okay, so here's my office. Built this over the winter. Framed it and everything. Just got my fridge and printer and my desk. Just some to-do lists and stuff like that. And then all my receipts and a bunch of other supplies. So this has been really helpful to help me stay organized this year. So far, I've only been using it for maybe 3 weeks or so now. But it's nice because it's not at my house anymore. So it helps me separate my work from the other time in my life, which is nice. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. Did everything in here all by myself. So all the way from framing to electrical to insulation to drywall, painting, finishing, trim, everything. The floor, did the linoleum. A little paint splatter, but that's okay. The landscape is what you pay for. So in the downstairs of the shop, we have the whiteboards. This whiteboard has our equipment maintenance listed up on it. We got pretty much everything on there. Got a couple things to add, but it just is really helpful for if we got a rain day, we can look back and see what we haven't done in a while, get everything caught up, or just in general, make sure everything is getting done as far as maintenance goes. And then this is our landscape job scheduling board. We just write the month at the top and go through each day of the week and write what jobs we need to be going to each day. And then that way we know what paperwork orders to look for to get them scheduled. Back here, we have this shelf that I just built. We got the generator, snowblower, hand spreader, or push spreader for salt, some patio stuff, landscape fabric, and different landscape construction equipment and stuff like that. And then some chemicals, and then some equipment that just needs some attention. Over here, we just have this cabinet with some oil, flammables, different paint and things like that. Keep everything safe in there. We have some more oil down here on this shelf. Lawnmower parts. These are truck parts. Some other just various parts and stuff like that. And then truck cleaning supplies. So this is sort of the maintenance supply shelf. Back here underneath the stairs, we mostly just have some extra tires for trucks, equipment, lawnmowers, and things like that. Along this wall, we have all of our hand tool storage on those wood brackets that I made. And then the hedge trimmers, string trimmers, leaf blowers, pretty much all have steel equipment as far as handheld stuff goes. And I've been pretty happy with it. Some of the older steels are a little bit different than the newer ones, and the newer ones seem to be doing better than the older ones. Those ones are, you need to do a lot of adjustments on those. So we have some of the combi units that have the changeable heads, and then some of them are just the straight string trimmers. And then I have some of the other attachments that are available stored up here, mostly hedge trimmers, pole saw, and extension thing. We've got our push mowers back here. And then our fleet of commercial lawnmowers. This is our backup unit. It's a 2009 Ferris 60-inch walk-behind mower. Had this for a couple years, and like I said, it's just the backup mower. This is a bagger for one of our mowers. Just in case something goes down, we hold on to this. Next up is the Gravely 72-inch. I just bought this used a couple weeks ago, so we are looking forward to being able to speed up some of the bigger properties that we have with this. This is the biggest mower that we have, and it's probably the fastest mower that we have. It just needs a little bit of attention. You can see it's missing a wheel there. Next we have the 52-inch Skag V-Ride 2 stand-on lawnmower. Bought this in 2018. It's got the most hours of any equipment that I have, as far as I know. But it is still running pretty good, so I'll probably hold on to it for another year. We'll use it for this season. It also has a collector that I picked up in the fall, along with the Skag V-Ride 2 61-inch mower stand-on. Picked this up last spring, and it also has a collector system on it. Some more combi tools. These are really handy. Some sweepers that we use a lot in the springtime for cleanup, and then also if we are on a landscaping job and we make a mess, we need to clean up. Those speed things up. And then we just have this tailgate salter that we used last year. Did have this on the dump truck last year, but it could go on anything. It worked well. It has a really nice even spread pattern, so I like that. And it's just on that little cart that I made. Over here we have this sweeper that I was given. It is meant for a tractor. However, I am going to be working on it to kind of retrofit it to work on our skid steer so that we have a practical application for it. We use it a lot in the spring cleanups here and again on landscape jobs if we make a mess. And hopefully going to be marketing to do some parking lot sweeping possibly in the future as well. Just another service that I don't see a lot of other companies getting into, so I think it would be a good opportunity. Here we have the Billy Goat leaf vac. This will be mounted on our lawn mowing trailer. We would run this with the 2 mowers that have the collectors so they can collect and bring it to this, and then this we can use to load up our dump truck with leaves and debris and things like that. So this I picked up in the fall as well, and it's been really, really great. It made a huge difference as far as fall cleanups go. So it only has, I think, like 7 hours on it, but just that short amount of time, I can't imagine how much time we would have spent with a tarp and trying to pick it up into the back of a truck, which is what we did 2 years ago, and never again will I do that. Then we have our skid steer. I bought this last fall as well. We got a big snow plowing contract that allowed me to finally get into the real commercial side of salting and stuff like that. So this was bought primarily as the salt loader. I have a bucket for it as well. And that's what allowed me to get it, but obviously it's going to be a game changer for the landscaping because it's going to be super practical and versatile for that. It's a 2002 763. Like I said, I picked that up in the fall. It's been pretty good to us, so hopefully that'll last us for a couple seasons till we get into something a little bit newer and maybe even hold on to it just as the salt loader or something like that. And then these are all of our tools and stuff like that as far as working on stuff goes. I have these Milwaukee handhelds that I really like. I also can put them up on the wall. I just have them in the bag as I was out using them. This is our used oil barrel. I just picked up a 55-gallon drum, and this can hold quite a few oil changes. I haven't filled it up yet, so that way it makes it easier when we do oil changes. We can just put the used oil in there and get rid of it when it gets full or put it on a pallet to make it easier. Over here we have blade sharpening stuff. Still figuring out what the best option for that is as far as blade sharpening goes, because I'm not super pleased with any 3 of these pieces of equipment. They all kind of suck in their own little way. So I got a pile of dull blades that need some kind of attention. We got to figure out what I want to do with that. I'll probably get rid of 2 of those and maybe pick up something else to maybe sharpen blades easier. Over here, got welder down here. It's not anything special, it's not anything huge, but it does what we need it to do as far as much as I really weld. I've done a couple projects and a couple repairs, so it's kind of saved me. It wasn't too expensive. I got a torch set down there, great for melting stuff when you need to melt metal, which is pretty cool. Got some wrenches and shop towels and stuff like that. This is my toolbox. It's not huge, but I'm not in the business of repairing stuff, so it does a trick for me. Pretty much just basic stuff, sockets and stuff like that. Got it all labeled up. I am planning on doing quite a bit of labeling around the shop to keep everything organized in the season and so that everyone knows where everything is, so that everyone knows just, you don't have to know the shop necessarily. You can find it by the labeling. Here's our air compressor. Got this reel up here. This is super handy to have. So we can fill up tires, and we use the air impact for changing blades and stuff like that. And this plow I've had for 3 years. This is a Western 8-foot Pro Plus, just a straight blade. I would like to get the wings for it pretty soon here, just to help me, because I do a couple small parking lots with that. I plow with that on my Dodge in the wintertime. Like I said, I had this for 3 years, and it's really never given me a problem, knock on wood. So I'm very pleased with that, and kind of turned me on to Western stuff. And then here is our employees kind of area. Just got the time clock, first aid kit, of course, and then the posters that we're required to have. So that is pretty much everything that we have inside the shop right now. Again, we are in kind of changeover mode, end of March, getting ready for the season and being done with snow plowing and stuff. So everything's not going to stay like this. We'll just kind of change around what goes where, and we're going to put all the snow plowing stuff all the way at the back, obviously, so it's not in the way for the next 6 months or so, and then do it all over again. The semi-annual switcheroo, as I say. So next we'll go outside and look at some of the trucks we got. We're here. This is the F550. This will be the landscaping truck this year. Just got it decaled up. This has our Salt Dog salt spreader. I believe it's a Pro 2500. Yep. So I think it can hold 2.5 yards, if I'm not mistaken, which I have worked out to about 3 tons or so, it seems. Maybe depending on how much you mount it up, obviously. I just picked this up in the fall as well. It came with this Boss plow on it. I'd probably look to switch that out to a Western to keep everything the same in the fleet. It has these pass-through toolboxes that are going to be really, really handy in the season. We'll get a bunch of tools that we'll pretty much just leave on the truck, and that way, you know we'll always have them. We don't have to worry about it. So that's this truck. Looks pretty sharp. Obviously, I got the Dodge. That's my truck that I drive. Got a porta potty over there. There we got, this is the leaf box that we had on the truck that we were using last year. We would use this with the leaf vac to blow the leaves into. So I just got to take it apart and kind of retrofit it. It has, we have sides for the F550 over here that I got to put back on once we take the salter off. And there's the bucket for the skid. This is our 20-foot landscape trailer. This is what we'll be having the mowers on. I just picked this up in conjunction with that 72-inch gravelly. Got the string on here. Equipment defender, 3-place string trimmer rack. Those are really, really nice. You pretty much just need one hand to take stuff on and off. And then equipment defender blower holder. I got to get one more of those, and then I got to get some gas can holders because the 72-inch is going to take up about the entire bed width, or the deck width of this trailer, so obviously we can't have them on the floor of the trailer anymore. And then here's my 14-foot Forest River dump trailer. This thing is a pretty good unit. I wish it could go up a little bit faster. It's got a 3-stage cylinder, telescopic. So the first stage and the second stage are pretty slow because it's such a huge cylinder. So it just takes a while to fill, basically. This has treated us pretty well, though. I've hardly even had to charge it. It has like truck charging when you plug it in, and that pretty much has kept it maintained since July. I haven't charged the battery in there ever, so I am pretty happy with it overall. Like I said, picked that up in last July. And then over here we have the 2004 F450. We were plowing and salting with this winter until I got the 550 all set up. So I've had this for 2 winters, and it's treated me well, but it's time to kind of start to phase it out. So we'll hold on to it as a backup for this year. It does run fine, but just in case something goes down, but it is going to be hitting the road in the next year. So I would say once we switch, get one more truck to kind of take its place. And here's the plow that I had on it. It's a MVP3, just an 8.5 foot, nothing big, nothing crazy. But I really love the MVP3s. Those are really, really awesome looking plow. So that's everything that's at the main shop, if you will. I do have a salt barn, so we'll head over there now, and we'll just take a look at what we got going on over there. Okay, we're here at the salt barn, just down the road from the shop. And just over here we have the F250. This is a 2011, and we plowed with this also. But this is going to be the lawn mowing truck. It'll pull the trailer with the mowers on it once we get into the full swing of things in mowing season. This also has an MVP3 8.5 foot plow on it. Came with the truck when I bought it last fall. Came with a diesel tank, which has been really handy with having the skid steer, have to fill it up and everything like that. And then this is the salt barn that we built, again, over the winter, a lot of winter projects. One of my customers owns this land, one of my major customers, and we are taking care of their parking lots, and we've done their mowing for 3 years now. So they basically set up these blocks for us that they had laying around, and then a friend of mine and I and a couple other people pretty much just built this steel building on top of it. It's worked really, really well. It's just about the right size for what we need. Could have gone a little bit bigger maybe, but it got us out of a pinch. We had to slap it up pretty quickly, but it worked well. I pretty much did all the steel work myself, so that was a good learning experience. I did all the purlins myself, just had help for building the walls and putting up the trusses, which I couldn't have done without that help. So this is the salt we have left at this time of the year. I like to get it out of there. We're going to put concrete in here and concrete in this area as well, because when you want to back a truck up to, you park the truck where that F-250 is, and we use a skid steer to pull in there and load up the truck with salt. Obviously this whole area is now just covered in salt, and it's all going to get wasted. I'm going to have to get it out of here and clean it up and put down more stone. This is the old landscape trailer that is sold. It's a 16-foot riser, as well as same brand as the other one, the new one that I have. It was okay. It's a little bit worse for wear. Stuff kind of gets beat up pretty quickly, but and then this is the ProTech 8-foot snow pusher that we can put on the skid steer. We used that a couple times over the winter when we had some really big snowstorms. I was able to call in some extra people. Fortunately, that helped me out and just helped us keep up with the snow at the big parking lot that we take care of on top of the trucks. So that's the salt barn. So that concludes our shop tour and equipment tour video. If I have some interesting projects, or maybe I'll take you on a day in the life of Bergman type of day, if I can swing it, if I can get this video ever edited and ever have the time again. It's nice this time of year. It just gives me a moment to breathe and be done with plowing just before we get busy with the lawn work and the landscaping and everything like that. So just getting ready for the season. Thought I would go around and show you the state of things at Bergman Landscaping. So if you enjoyed it, leave a comment. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next one.